Combating climate change takes place not only in the coastal areas, but also inland. In the mountainous terrain of Belize's most southern district, farmers of Trio Village have been facing a changing environment. Yache Conservation Trust approached the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center to assist the villagers with combating threats that were exacerbated by climate-related events. This involved deforestation due to lack of water, insufficient arable land, and forest fires which threaten crops. The main initiative involved attaining land, donating cacao seedlings, and delivering technical assistance to show climate-resilient crops.
That's a 936-acre concession that we were granted by the Forest Department, and currently we work with 35 farmers, and basically what they're doing there is enhancing their livelihoods, improving their lives as a result of the agroforestry plots that they've been setting up within the agroforestry concessions.
The head of the Project Development Management Unit at the 5Cs explained why this pilot project was important.
We were able to find 250,000 US under the UKDFID program. And so for the last 2 years, we have been funding this initiative in the Trio area. One of the first things we had to do with the requisite entities was to sit with the government of Belize to ensure that they had legal title to the land. And so through approaching the Ministry of Forestry, we were able to secure a 15-year lease, which is renewable, for that portion of land, which is 936 acres within a forest reserve. And so the idea is, in the near future, the farmers will have a sustainable livelihood. Awareness building would have been to an extent that they themselves are beginning to treat the environment in a manner that is sustainable with their own practices, and it will ensure that the impacts of climate change are significantly reduced on the farmers' livelihood.
We do a lot of training in doing agroforestry. So now we are working there, and we first we do prepare our nursery place. No? It's 28 to 30,000 saplings, small plants.
The best practices used by the farmers are now being observed by universities and high school students who form part of the 5Cs Climate Change Club. And when the farmers are not working in the concession zone, they are dreaming of a brighter future for their families.
My thinking is that I can maybe just be a boss, then having workers side of me, and then apart from that too, even though my family could work there,
They're also doing a lot of vegetable planting, annual crop section. We have an annual crop section in the agroforestry concession that looks towards harvesting honey.
When there is no harvest, the villagers look for seasonal work in the banana or construction industries. But the 5Cs and UKDFID have provided technical assistance and alternative crops for the farmers while they wait for the cacao to take root and yield results. Now, on the outskirts of Trio, the first buzz of a bee farm is resounding in the ears of the young villagers. The trainer, who has been educating them as part of the technical component, believes the future will be sweet.
These ladies have the rights to go and capture that bees and bring it to there. So that's how you start your colony to go much more ahead. In another one, in month of October, these hives could be split into 2 different boxes. So that's how you extend yourself to much more colony.
My name is Cordelia Camnell. I am 15 years old. I live in Trio. I'm a beekeeper. I have 1 hive. It's here, and in my goal, I want to have more bees, and I'm happy because we 3 come together and see our bees. We see each other bees. Sometimes maybe one have not come, we check them on the I just finished standard 6. I didn't went to high school. I have never been a beekeeper, and then I said I want to try to be a beekeeper. And then they said that it give money when they sell the honey, and then I want to try it. I said I was afraid of the bees, but when we went to the training the first time, I was afraid, but the second no, the second time and the third time no.
So far, it has been really well. At first I was scared, but now I'm much comfortable.
¿Cómo vamos a hacer?
I am very happy about it because I will be able to make some money, but at the same time, I am looking forward to expanding my bees so that I could make more money.
In the future, wrong for them, I see the potential that they will be the one that showing their own village people or other ladies to get involved. This is not just about cacao, this is not about pineapple, this is not about, but it's all about saving a patch of rainforest for the beekeepers. Because if these animals, if the beekeepers is not here, how can we bring food on our table? Because they do a lot of pollination. So that's how I explain it to them, and I see them that they have this potential to go much more ahead.
The bees can now be used as a medium of pollinating the very flowers for the cacao plants. So if you lose that natural element, then you're having to maybe look towards more agrochemicals. So it's that kind of linkage that we are aiming at, that in the end of the day, we do not have to use any agrochemicals. What we have down there is totally organic. You do not have to bring in any mechanized equipment, and you do not have to introduce invasive species. So in that way, we are hoping to have a complete package where by having different livelihood opportunities and livelihood strategies, the project is expected to be a lot more resilient and successful going forward.
The center listened to the needs of the villagers, and relevant farming alternatives were also developed.
One specific area had to do with the need to construct some shade houses for protected agriculture. Why this is necessary? Because the whole concept of agroforestry in that area is so that we can have crops coming in at varying periods in time. So the need for the shade houses is to ensure that we can pursue some cash crop farming in the immediate future. So revenue will be generated. The farmers will begin to see some returns as the annual crops are maturing, like the bananas, beans, plantains, and so forth. And then further down the road is the cacao plants. We have planted thus far about 25,000 cacao plants. We are hoping to increase that maybe to another 25,000, or by another 25,000, somewhere to about 50,000 going forward, so that we have a sustainable income to start with. So farmers are less prone to go logging and deforesting areas, so you're taking pressure off the land. The third element is that it helps with soil protection. Once you're helping to protect the soil, it also helps with the integrity of your aquifers and your rivers, vital for the very crops that they are cultivating. So in total, what we're looking at is an entire system approach from the time they started farming to the time that we withdraw, so that there is some level of sustainability there. And that's the whole idea for us, that at the end of the day, we are building resilience, we're putting the farmers on a much firmer footing, and I think most of us would recognize they also will benefit in terms of poverty alleviation.
This project specifically has a huge impact, not only on the 35 farmers, but also on their families. So there are approximately like 6 family members per family. So I would say there is approximately 120 or more people that have been affected by this project in a good way. How things have transgressed during the project is that the farmers, they work directly on the plots, but they integrate their family in doing all sorts of activities. For example, the women, they are involved in the gardening. They also involved in the beekeeping, in the harvesting of honey.
The first harvest, I harvest about 25 pounds, and the second harvest is about 35, and that's the second harvest. To this I'm happy because I'm seeing it that the honey is good, and then now I have 3 hives.
What's your plan now for the future?
I want more boxes. I want to have more hives. And then to me it's good because here it's money, and then that's what Mr. Shu used to tell us, that don't give up because this is money.
Farmers, they're very committed, given that this is something that they truly want. It's as a direct result of the project as well too, and it's really the will that they have to make this concession quite successful. So we've seen progress still happening even after the closure of the project. There are approximately 9 to 10 females that are part of the Trial Farmers Cacao Group Association. They're part of the group, and they are the women that directly have agroforestry plots, so they work directly within their agroforestry plots in planting cacao.
If this turns out to be a success story, it can be translated not only in other areas of Belize, but we can take it to other parts of the Caribbean. So ultimately, we have a lot riding on this, and we do expect that with the cooperation we have seen from the Yache Conservation Trust, the efforts of the farmers themselves, the support from government, the Ministry of Agriculture, who is providing extension services, the Ministry of Forestry, who made the concession available, that we are indeed moving in the right direction.
This is one of the rare opportunities that there is farming in the forest reserve in Belize. The initiative is not being carried out by regulation, but through a co-management agreement where both Yache Conservation Trust and the government of Belize, through the Ministry of Forestry, are regulating what is happening in that space. This demonstrates that it is only through partnerships we can ensure the integrity and sustainability of our resources for the future.